Snapchat is adding paid subscription in an effort to diversify their revenue, but will this save Snapchat? So they're going to begin offering an optional subscription called Snapchat Plus that unlocks exclusive and early access features. It will be priced at $3.99 a month, and it will be targeted towards people that use Snapchat as their main form of messaging. And some of the features will include see who's rewatching your Snap story. Always good to see who's stalking you. Post and pin your friends to the top of your chat history. And so we know Snap has been growing pretty slowly over the last several quarters because of some advertising privacy changes. But will this move save Snap as they diversify their revenue? I don't know if any of you are big Snap users, but I'll go with you first, Nicole. What do you think about this?
That I'm not one of the cool kids who kept using Snapchat once Instagram started doing stories. So I don't know. I guess I'm a heavy Twitter user, and Twitter tried having a subscription aspect to it, but it is only $2. I actually might still be paying for it. Pretty much the only thing it does is lets me undo tweets within like 30 seconds if I notice something's wrong. Anyways, but I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it, especially when there's other apps that are getting more popular. I don't know if you've ever heard of Be Real, but that is one that my Gen Z resources are letting me know is kind of like their new Snapchat. Anyways, so I don't know. It's hard to say if something like this would work. It's cheap, so why not? But like,
also Be Real is great. This is, I think, so I don't even see Snapchat as like a social platform, right? It's not really a social media platform. It's a mix of a messaging platform mixed with a dating platform, right? If you kind of think of it in that context, right? Like all these kids right now are Snapchatting each other. They're trying to like, go on a date or whatever. They're flirting and things like that. That's what Snapchat is used for. And I'm really showing my age here. I'm 30 years old, guys. But like from my 18-year-old sources and things like that, the Gen Z sources, that's what Snapchat is for. So if you think about it in that context, you don't think that people are going to pay money to see some of the advanced features that Snapchat is offering? Like, dude, I'm telling you, like that's I think it's going to work, especially if the price is affordable, which it seems like it's going to be. So I think it makes sense, especially for like the young 20-year-olds. If you're young, if you're like a 22-year-old that's using Snapchat to like go on a date or something like that, and these features can help you with your quest, then I don't see why this is like a no-brainer. I mean, people spend money to do those. Doesn't these dating apps have like unlocks or whatever?
Yes, like dating apps have like they like super swipes and like super likes and that kind of thing that you can pay extra for, or if you pay extra, you can get like more access to more people. All right, well, you throw in a little bit of the romance aspect in there, and then all the incentives just crank up. So
that's what I'm saying.
I think you're right, Zaid, and at an affordable price.
Yeah, I think it's the messaging portion of this that gets me, because it is like a messaging app. I only have like 3 friends. They're my close friends on Snapchat. And we use it to send a couple pictures, a couple messages. Same thing with Instagram DMs. Like I'll just send a meme to my girlfriend or send a meme to a friend. Like it is really a messaging platform. And they're trying to, integrate, obviously they try to integrate content, but they're trying to get, add a price to their features in messaging, which I don't know how well it's going to work. Will it diversify the revenue? I'm not sure. Twitter Blue, I don't know if anyone uses it. You guys tell me if you guys use the price portion of Twitter, but we'll see. It's going to be a hard road ahead for them.
Agreed. Well, moving on, Taco Bell is testing 2 new menu items, the Big Cheez-It Tostada and the Big Cheez-It Crunch Wrap Supreme, which feature a Cheez-It square cracker 16 times the standard size. There it is. I'm going to get hungry. Taco Bell announced on Tuesday that it is partnering with the makers of Cheez-Its for the 2 new menu creations. A massive Cheez-It serves as the base for the Big Cheez-It Tostada, and the Big Cheez-It Crunch Wrap Supreme plays on the restaurant's original Crunch Wrap Supreme, but has swapped the tostada shell with the oversized Cheez-It cracker wrapped inside of the tortilla, because that is completely necessary. Naturally, this goes wild on social media, but folks seem way more interested in the giant Cheez-It itself rather than the combination of it inside something Taco Bell. But just another interesting brand partnership where we see, you know, like similar to the Oreos and the Ritz Bits combining forces and coming together. Seems like just a fun way to create a novelty, maybe boost sales for a minute, create some buzz on social, and then move on. But what do you think? This viral?
I mean, it's all about attention, right? Like we live in the attention economy. They gotta get buzz and clicks, like you said, Nicole. What better way to do that than like show giant Cheez-Its mixed with some Taco Bell? Like, I mean, that's like the perfect way to do it. It's how you go viral on the internet. It's how you get people's attention, and I'm sure it's going to result in increased sales for the short term. I'll probably try it once, but I can't imagine myself wanting to get that more than once.
I actually think Taco Bell's actually been pretty innovative. They're one of the fast food restaurants that really uses the automation. If you go in there, you barely have to talk to someone to get your food ordered. My girlfriend loves Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. For that late night, bad decision order.
That is what it is.
Taco Bell is the best.
This will be good. I'm going to try. We have to try it and see how it is.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I was gonna say all the stoners must be just like jazzed, because this is definitely, or like, and drunk people, right? Like imagine being in college and this is like something that is actually on the menu, and that seems to be the time when I would maybe try this. Speaking of making bad decisions, but to be fair, I am obsessed with the Doritos Locos Tacos. When I used to go to Taco Bell, not so much now, that's all I ever ate. And I loved it, obsessed. The Cool Ranch, oof. I don't know if I'm going to love it as much, like love this Cheez-It version as much, but
yeah,
combinations work sometimes.
There's never a bad time to have Taco Bell, guys. Let's not, you know, if you want Taco Bell, whether it's at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m., you get that Taco Bell. And the fact that they're giving us all these options to do it with Cheez-Its and Doritos Locos, and I mean, the Mexican pizza came back and it was great. I'm all for it. Taco Bell, keep doing your thing. Now, guys, if y'all went to Taco Bell, typically the way I pay for things is I bust out my credit card, and that's how I usually pay for most things now. Seems like cash is making a comeback because all these Gen Zers are just obsessed with cash. I don't know if it's because of TikTok or whatnot, but maybe they just like the vintage aspect of it. But a lot of Gen Zers are now using cash more often than millennials. And we've talked about this before. There's been some TikTok challenges of where like Gen Zers are stuffing bills in like glass bottles, you know, glass like vodka bottles and things like that, and like cracking it open once it becomes full as a way to save money, which is cool, I guess. I mean, maybe a savings account would be better than that, but whatever works for you guys. I also thought this graphic was really cool. A recent, let's cue up the graphic right now. Yeah, look at that. Cash usage right there. You can see it drop from 2016 down to 2020, but then in 2021 we saw a slight increase.
Whoa. So
maybe cash is making a comeback. Here's some interesting tidbits right here. 64, here we go. Credit Karma found that 45% of Gen Z respondents prefer cash for everyday purchases. Interesting. And then 64% of Gen Z consumers reported that they don't have a credit card at all. I mean, which is just, again, it's so shocking to me, given the fact that like most places, 99.9% of places take credit cards. We have like Venmo and like with so many like apps now for it, but something about using, you know, a slightly crumpled up piece of cash just is alluring to all these young kids out there.
How funny is it though that like the Gen Zers, and because for me, I mostly think of like older people, let's say boomers that are very interested in always holding cash, right? Because they like the physicality of it. You see it, you feel it, you know it's there, and that's what they like about it. It's what typically, you know, I hear that they don't like as much about things like digital assets. So now that the Gen Zers are like getting in on that, it's kind of funny, just like the connection there. And but I'm also just imagining these like young kids holding money, like, what is this? What is this? What is this butterfly? Like that one meme. Anyways, but I could get that they are interested in the novelty of it, which is also insane to sound, or just it sounds insane because cash shouldn't be such a novelty, but in our digital world it is.
I wanted to go on a classic Zaid rant on this because I barely get riled up, but this is the trend I do not like.
Ooh, we're getting
Using
riled up.
cash, one, it's unsanitary. Two, takes up time. Like I love our older generation, but whenever they're digging in their purse or their bag or their wallet for cash, and I'm sitting behind them
Preach.
trying to rush and get something done, it just is the only thing that little gets on my nerves. But hey, that's to each their own. It's a trend that I'm not going to be following. It's interesting that it's coming from the younger generation who usually likes to be efficient and fast. But man, I'm surprised by those numbers.
You have to understand, guys. The Gen Z kids are all about the vibe, right? They're all about the vibe, and right
They're about
now,
experience.
right now, pulling out a $20 bill with probably traces of like who God knows what on there. They like that feeling. It feels good to them, and plus, you know, I'm sure part of it also has to do with like not wanting to use a credit card, and it is a little bit like easier probably to save money with cash because like you can like physically see it instead of just seeing numbers on an app. But to me, that's more about like getting financially educated and having a little bit of discipline. Like,
Yeah,
I think if you can kind of figure that part out, because to me, credit cards are like have their benefits as well, whether it's rewards that you can use for like travel and stuff like that, or building your credit score, which helps you get better loan terms and things like that, which you need when you're going to get into your late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah. Zooming way out into the future, there are fintech companies out there that are working on creating better platforms, largely via machine learning, to help algorithms actually create different ways to conduct credit scores. So that's something in the future.
Nicole, if people wanted to learn more about fintech companies, what else should they do? Should they subscribe to somewhere?
Well, there's an interesting newsletter. It's called What the FinTech, or WTF in Tech ? It's written by myself, and it's a great way to start to learn about fintech and all the interesting ways that technology and finance are coming together to create more access to wealth for everyone. I highly recommend.
I'm checking it out for sure.
Thank you guys. Well, this has been an awesome show. Lots of fun talking about all these topics. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to follow me, Nicole Casperson, on Twitter and all the social medias, and my co-hosts as well. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I will see you later.
We out.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you tomorrow.